used to believe we were burning at the edge of something beautiful, something beautiful. Selling a dream, smoking mirrors keep us waiting on a miracle, on a miracle. Say go through the darkest of days, heaven's the heartbreak away. Never let you go, never let me down. Oh, it's been a hell of a ride, driving the edge of the night. Never let you go, never let me down. Yeah, don't you give up, nah, nah, nah. I won't give up, nah, nah, nah. Let me love you, let me love you. Don't you give up, no, no, no. I won't give up, no, no, no. Let me love you, let me love you. Don't fall asleep at the wheel. We've got a million miles ahead of us, miles ahead of us. All that we need is a rude awakening to know we're good enough, know we're good enough. Say go through the darkest of days, heaven's a heartbreak away. Never let you go, never let me down. Oh, it's been a hell of a ride, driving the edge of the night. Never let you go, never let me down. Don't you give up, nah, nah, nah. I won't give up, nah, nah, nah. Let me love you, let me love you. Don't you give up, no, no, no. I won't give up, no, no, no. Let me love you, let me love you. I miss the taste of a sweeter life. I miss the conversation. I'm searching for a song tonight. I'm changing all of the stations. I like to think that we had it all. We drew a map to a better place, but on that road I took a fall. Oh baby, why did you run away? I was there for you in your darkest times. I was there for you in your darkest night. But I wonder where were you when I was at my worst, down on my knees? And you said you had my back, so I wonder where were you when all the roads you took came back to me? So I'm following the map that leads to you, the map that leads to you. Ain't nothing I can do. The map that leads to you, falling, falling, falling to you. The map that leads to you. Ain't nothing I can do. The map that leads to you, falling, falling, falling. I hear your voice in my sleep at night. Hard to resist temptation, 'cause something strange has come over me, and now I can't get over you. No, I just can't get over you. I was there for you in your darkest times. I was there for you in your darkest night. But I wonder where were you when I was at my worst, down on my knees? And you said you had my back, so I wonder where were you when all the roads you took came back to me? So I'm following the map that leads to you, the map that leads to you. Ain't nothing I can do. The map that leads to you, falling, falling, falling to you. The map.
Welcome everybody, meine Freunde des Ausdauersports. Ich begrüße euch zum Wednesday Community Ride. Heute ein bisschen abgeänderte Version. Papa, höre ich dein Feedback? 1, 2, nein, ich spreche einfach so laut. Ja, was heißt abgeänderte Version? Wir fahren heute einen Group Ride und da haben wir uns für Folgendes entschieden. Schaut mal hier oben. Geht um 19:50 Uhr los. Da AHDR. Da einmal eintreten. 106 Leute sind schon am Start. Da schließen wir uns heute einfach mal an. Radeln ein bisschen mit, denn morgen, da kommt es ja drauf an. Denn es steht die dritte Runde von der KISS Community League an und da wollen wir gute Beine haben. Deswegen heute einfach nur so als Opener gemeinsames Training wie jeden Mittwoch. Und ja, es ist angegeben mit 2,5 Watt bis 3 Watt pro Kilogramm. Das sollte doch zu machen sein. Wenn wir dann morgen wieder deutlich die 4 vorne stehen haben wollen. Keine Ahnung, ich war bei den Bacon Rolls, ich meine, noch nicht dabei. Wir schauen es uns einfach mal an. Ich mache mal den Sound von ZWIFT an. Ja, den Musikstream können wir dann mal hier parallel aktivieren. Den Discord-Server habe ich auch mal parallel geöffnet. Ja, mal schauen, mal schauen, wer heute dabei ist. Keine Ahnung. Das Wetter wird ja immer besser. Die meisten fahren draußen. Ja, sei es ihnen gegönnt. Ich bleibe dabei. Mittwochs hier zum Wednesday Community Ride. Und ich war vorhin schon ein bisschen laufen. Jetzt ein bisschen die Beine locker kurbeln. Und dann sind wir gerüstet für morgen. Denn dann zählt's, wer Lust hat, mitzufahren oder einfach nur ja, Zuschauer zu sein. 21 Uhr ist scharfer Start. Das bedeutet, wir gehen so auf, ja, so um 20:45 Uhr auf Sendung. Gut. Das gefällt mir hier noch nicht. So. Aha. So, jetzt. Also, 4 Minuten noch. Also, AHDR Bacon Rolls. Warum kein 3247 oder 3247? Weil die heute Tabata-Intervalle fahren, also so 40-20 und wir sind das Programm schon mal gefahren und es hat einen ziemlich kaputt gemacht, deswegen heute nur ein Group Ride, es geht 60 Minuten, damit ist zumindest ausgeschrieben. Machen wir mal Lucky. Und der Torben schreibt ganz blass, nee, das ist hier eine andere Kamera heute. Ich habe heute nur das Spaß-Setup, weil ich noch auf eine weitere Capture Card warte und dann die andere Kamera anders einsetzen werde. Und das habe ich schon mal abgebaut, damit ich das dann neu installieren kann. Also heute nur mit einer einfachen Logitech. Und ich springe jetzt mal da rein ins Workout. Wo ist mein Mäuschen? Hier, fahren. Ja, let's go. Gehen wir gleich an die Startlinie. Oh, nach Watopia geht's. Hm? Ja, stay in the middle of the bunch for maximum draft. Das wollen wir. Wir wollen mit dem... Ach nee, das ist er. Ja, kleine Geschichte. Hier dieser Tim Sörle, oder wie er heißt. Bacon. Ich wusste gar nicht, dass das sein Spitzname ist. Das ist derjenige, der auf ZWIFT die meisten Kilometer bisher gefahren ist. Über mittlerweile so knapp 110.000. Vielleicht hat er auch die 110.000 schon geknackt. Brutal. Und mit dem fahren wir heute. Ja, 2,5 bis 3 Watt, das sind so, sag mal, 200 Watt bei mir. Das geht doch. So, das ist das Tempo hier. La 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 la. Wahrscheinlich schalten heute alle jetzt erst ein, weil sie meinen, es geht erst um 19:45 Uhr los und dann um 20 Uhr. Aber es war rechtzeitig angekündigt. Ja, viele Engländer. Da ist ein deutscher MS.
Ride on!
Ride on. Gute Minute bis zum Start. Also, Group Ride, not a race. Race is erst tomorrow. Das bedeutet auch, dass ich jetzt nicht aufs große Blatt vorne schalten muss. Im Ruhland? Ist das der Manuel da vorne? Oder? Emru habe ich nur gelesen, das ist bestimmt der Manuel. Das dürfte für ihn auch easy sein. Knapp 3 Watt. Der fährt im Rennen 4,4 auf eine Strecke von 45 Minuten. Ah, hier, den kenne ich doch auch. D-Schrader Neo ZRG. Nicht in unserem Team, aber ich kenne ihn. Level 50. Okay. Gucken wir mal, wo es lang geht. Volcano Flat. Ja, da fahren wir dann einige Mal rum. Aber es ist ja heute zeitgesteuert. Um Punkt 20:50 Uhr sind wir dann auch schon fertig. Neues Trikot. Ein Trikot gibt es dann. Man darf ja immer das Trikot behalten, wenn man so eine Ausfahrt dann beendet. Das dürfte ich in meinem Avatar-Katalog noch nicht haben. Da 5 Meter Liter hinter mir, also Tempo passt. Und der Flo schreibt Moin. Ja, moin zurück. Fertig gearbeitet, Flo. Also, wir ein bisschen treten. Ich kann ja hier oben mal in die Karte reinklicken. So, da sehen wir besser, wo das gelbe Beacon ist. 13 Meter. Perfekto. Wer ist das? Die Amerikaner, die dann Guten Morgen schreiben. Eieiei. Vorteil, wer schnell XP sammeln will, bieten sich solche Group Rides am besten an. Da sammelt man relativ schnell Kilometer. Ihr seht schon, wir fahren hier mit 40, 45, jetzt geht es halt mal kurz hoch. Relativ einfach entlang und ja, da knallt die XP rein. Pro gefahrener Kilometer immer 20 XP. Also sagen wir mal, ja, was wir da heute haben, 40 Kilometer oder so, da sind wir schon bei 800. Tada! Naja, er weist schon darauf hin. Wie ich sonntags könnt ihr auch mitfahren, wenn alles so bleibt, beim alten PRE-RIDE 11:05 Uhr. Da machen wir das gleiche wie heute der Tim. Sonntagmorgens geht immer so Stunde 10, Stunde 15. Und da fahren wir im Bereich von 2,2 bis 2, ausgeschrieben 2,6 Watt und am Berg sind es dann auch mal 3,3. Es gibt immer Fahrer, die es dann übertreiben, aber die muss man ignorieren und ja, ergibt sich dann immer eine Hauptgruppe, die dann auch gemeinsam ins Ziel fährt. Also braucht ihr keine Angst haben. Und der Johannes schneit hier rein. Johannes, ich grüße dich. Bist du morgen dabei? Wenn ja, hoffentlich als A-Fahrer. Ich glaube, du hattest dich als B-Fahrer eingetragen. Ja, also Riesengruppe hier von 114 Leute. Da kann man das locker mitkurbeln. Also braucht man keine Angst haben. Und er schreibt, ja, B. Du hast doch immer A-Werte. Heieiei. Ja, aber morgen dürften wir ein ganz gutes A-Team sein. Der Manuel, der Sputnik, der Jan, Mi und der Matthias wahrscheinlich. Ich gehe mal davon aus, dass der Matthias auch fährt. Also sind wir schon mal 5 Leute. Das passt. Team B, so aus dem Kopf raus, Tom, dann du, Johannes, der Tommaso, der Daniel, auch schon mal 4. Wer ist denn, oder wer könnte noch B morgen sein? Ja, es werden schon noch 2, 3 Fahrer sein. In B ist unsere größte Gruppe. Ah, du bist ja hier mit dabei. Du bist ja hier neben mir. Dann grüße ich dich auch mal mit meinem Avatar. Fährt er mit? Ah, das tut bestimmt gut hier. Heute der Spin. Und jetzt fragt der eine, was mit dem Team passiert, aber der ist doch da vorne. Also alles im guten Bereich. Da ist der Manuel. Links von uns. Prima! Wer einfach mal ein kurzes Rennen fahren will, auf der Strecke und Watopia Flat gibt es dann öfters mal so ein 10 bis 15 Kilometer langes Rennen. Ist für den Einstieg perfekt, natürlich sehr intensiv, aber jemanden, der Hemmungen hat, da irgendwie Rennen zu starten, der kann damit einfach erstmal einsteigen und die Lust dran gewinnen. Der muss ja nicht gleich da so ein 50 Kilometer Ding machen. Einige Athleten von mir sind auch heute nicht dabei. Wir haben Entlastungswoche. Da ist die Struktur ein bisschen anders. Ah, ich kann mal auf Discord schauen. No. Wobei ich gerade sehe, der Michael ist auch online. Der fährt ja heute wieder ein Kraftausdauerprogramm. Ich weiß gar nicht, ob der morgen am Start ist. Da der Michael Biegenmeier, Zwiftet auch. Ah ja, sind schon einige da. Vielleicht sieht man noch den einen oder anderen hier virtuell. Ihr könnt ja mal kurz Feedback geben, ob heute der Stream flüssig läuft. Gab ja letzte Woche so ein bisschen Aussetzer. Demnach auch 2 Teile, weil YouTube das dann immer splittet. Ich werde morgen aber wieder über 2 Rechner streamen. Da soll es dann noch mal stabiler sein. Ah, und der Michael schreibt, er glaubt nicht, dass er morgen startet. Ah, überlegt es nochmal, Michael. Ein gutes C-Rennen. Ist so angenehm, wenn man mal so Group Rides macht und nur hinten drin hängt, ohne mal 300 plus Watt zu treten. Ja, das ist so ein, auch im Rennen, wenn man hier fährt, eine gefährliche Stelle. Es geht ja hier, wie ihr oben rechts seht, 1% hoch und das nutzen oft Fahrer für eine Attacke. Da muss man dann schon präsent sein. Da habe ich schon mal ein Rennen verloren, weil ich da irgendwie am Handy rumgespielt habe, um ein Lied einzustellen. Da war die Gruppe weg. Könnte aber auch beim nächsten Anstieg gewesen sein. Wenn man das hochrechnet, 9 Minuten, 6 Kilometer. 9 Minuten, 6 Kilometer. Das war, glaube ich, der Anstieg. Ja, der zweite. Auch so ein ganz leichter, eine leichte Steigung. (6,6) 36,6. Ja, es werden 40 Kilometer. Mein Tipp am Mittwochabend. Ja, und auf so ein eigenes Jersey warten wir natürlich auch, aber das dauert noch. Bremst schon ein vorne. Können wir eigentlich, wenn wir heute kein Discord anhaben, mal ein bisschen Musik hören. Ach so, hört er mich doch noch, oder? Eieiei, ist es staubig. Auch eine beliebte Stelle, um zu attackieren, weil man dann seinen Vordermann nicht mehr sieht und ein Loch reißen kann. Morgen geht es ja nach Innsbruck. Das wird die Innsbruck-Ringrunde sein. 8,8 Kilometer. 4-mal zu fahren. Also 35,2 Kilometer. 450 Meter lange Anstiege. Also da wird dann selektiert. Da gilt es dann all out zu fahren. Also immer so, ich weiß gar nicht, ich habe das noch nie rausgestoppt. Oh, ich muss mal ein bisschen vorfahren. So, wieder drinnen. Geht's auch noch mal einfacher. Danke, Flo, für dein Ride On. Ah, da ist heute irgendwie so eine Assos-Veranstaltung, kann das sein? Irgendein Fondo, weil die dauernd davon schreiben. Das habe ich ja auch schon gemerkt. Sonntags, wenn der BM-Pro-Ride ist und die Tour war parallel, waren natürlich weniger Teilnehmer. Waren es statt 120, 130, waren es dann halt nur vielleicht 70 oder 80. Tja, mein Fahrer sieht man halt jetzt nicht. Ich mach mal einen Kamerawechsel. Das ist er, links. Das ist die Fahrersicht. Das. Wo ist er? Muss ich nächstes Mal ein Stirnband anziehen. Ja, das ist schon cool, oder? Also gelb, Tim und ja, jetzt in der Bildmitte mit dem Ride-On vom F3s. Das bin ich. Aber wir bleiben schön im Windschatten. Das entspannt. Mr. Energizer. Aha. Den Sprung muss ich mir auch mal hängen für den Sonntag. 1 oder 2 drücken vorne. Ist oft so. Verstehe ich nicht, dass die sich da nicht unterordnen können. Und die anderen stolzieren natürlich hinterher. Also meinen, die Lücke müssen wir schließen. Oh, was ist denn hier los? Eieiei. Schaut mal da. Hat alles verschoben. So ist es aufgebaut hier, guck. Eieiei. Und man kann nicht rückwärts machen. Da muss ich mal schauen. Ja, herzlichsten Glückwunsch. Schaut mal. Eieiei. Jetzt ist das wieder. Tja. So soll es wieder passen. Kriegt man Drehwurm heute auf der Strecke. Die Vulcano-Flat bin ich noch gar nicht so oft gefahren. Die erste Runde ist gleich rum. Aber wie gesagt, wir fahren nach Zeit. Da können die vorne noch so festdrücken. Unten seht ihr ja meinen Graph, der hat nichts mit der Herzfrequenz zu tun. Das ist eine Wattanzeige, ein Wattgraph, der rechnet dann immer um anhand der FTP, wie belastend gerade das ist. Und vorhin, wo ich mal kurz aufgeholt habe, ein bisschen rot, ansonsten blau, ein bisschen grün zwischendrin, also easy. Und es gibt ein Power-Up, einen Aerohelm. Und der schöne Zwift Zeppelin. Looking Ace. Was auch immer das bedeutet. Aber es geht schon sehr gemäßigt zu. Sehr gut, gefällt mir. 1/3 gefahren. Aha. Da wären dann 42 Kilometer. Den Joker, den kleinen Ventilator mal anmachen. Nur leicht. Oh. Halt. Sorry. Ich will kein Tempo machen. Ich überlege gerade was. Wir könnten doch eigentlich mal hier, das versuche ich mal. Ich ziehe das hier rüber, mache das klein. Achtung jetzt. Gib mir mal 1-2 Minuten. Mache ich das so. Muss halt hier noch ungefähr sehen, was abgeht. Ja, das reicht. So. Achtung, Leute. Schauen wir parallel die Super League. Kissman Super League. Hört ihr schon? Oh, mit Incam. Moment. Jetzt fange ich das noch ein für euch. Hört ihr das?
Starting to back off a little bit. 6.0.
Ich mach mal Zwift ein bisschen leiser.
Lowers that 178 beats per minute, as you can see. So up into the 180s, as you can see there from Ali. I think that's pushing up and over the top of the threshold. He's gonna have to back off eventually.
So.
Still.
Irgendwie sind die heute leise auf Sendung. Gleich seht ihr es. Ach was, Michael. Heute gab es nicht so viel zum Sprechen. Deswegen habe ich die Musik reingemacht. So, wir schauen uns jetzt zusammen die Super League an. Achtung. Ich blende das jetzt gleich ein. Achtung. Ihr hört doch den Typen schon sprechen, oder? So, machen wir Bildschirmaufnahme. Ja, schaut mal da. Achtung. So, jetzt schränke ich das noch ein. Schaut mal, wie ich euch das jetzt einfange. Aha! Ja. Schau an. Wo machen wir das hin? Da oben. Ihr habt es ja dann größer. Können wir ein bisschen zusammen schauen und philosophieren.
Going to try and make this a TT all the way to the line. The question is, have the Zwift Academy Dream Team made that second group out on course? If they have made that second group out on course, actually,
passt, oder?
The reality is that they're not going to be making any kind of chase. We do see the
ich kann auch mal den Sound noch hier von mir aus machen. Ja, dann mache ich das nur auf Mute. Ja. Jetzt seht ihr es nicht mehr, genau. Und jetzt mache ich hier das wieder so. Genau. Ich muss auf dem Bild bleiben. Geht auch meine Maus, ja. Gucken, was da passiert. Ich sehe, dass ich nicht hier aus der Gruppe fliege. Und wir gucken parallel Super League. The race is going to be over. The Zwift Academy Dream Team are just going to take the W down. And now with Alex West sitting das ist ja heute diese...
Ah,
was haben wir denn? Noch 30 Kilometer, die fahren ja heute die Bergrunde. Das ist natürlich spannend. Harte Strecke hoch. Return to sender. Return to sender.
They are putting the chips in the basket of Alex West to sit in and then be launched up over the top of the...
Da gibt's ein Gemetzel.
Huiuiui, gibt es heute ein Gemetzel. Jones just gets a free, well, not a free ride. He's got to work like crazy for it here. Obviously holding 5 to 6 watts per kilogram with the TT all the way to the finish. But now it is getting closed down. It looks like a little bit
was fährt der da für ein Zwift-Fahrrad?
Put in here by the group to close this right on
der
down.
fährt vorne weg.
Now, but it does look like it did definitely...
Ja, der hält das Tempo schon vorn Berg hoch. Brutal.
In order to bring this back together. So looks like the break has been caught now at this point. No longer off the front. Ali Jones, valiant effort there coming from him, but it looks like it's all said and done for Ali at this point.
Return to sender.
Are now going to have to put their hopes most likely
Return to sender.
Out of the jungle. As we do head into the jungle here,
Jungle?
Downhill for quite
Ich
a
muss
while.
mal die Strecke anschauen, genauer.
We'll be heading over the drawbridge here in just a second. And
Zwift.
it's a really great scenes here, actually. One of the most amazing releases coming from Zwift with this little jungle loop and the Aztec features that are out there. So really cool scenery we're going to be coming into here. Some of the dirt roads that are out here as well.
Nee, das ist ja 6 bei denen schon.
Interesting as we are heading over toward that drawbridge and the waterfalls. Some of the most beautiful scenes that you will see out on Zwift. All back
also
together
Big
here,
Loop,
Reverse,
bei Kilometer etwa 23, 23,5 geht es dann nach oben. Von 100 Höhenmeter auf 400, also 300 Höhenmeter. Ja, das reicht zum Selektieren.
And then onto the slopes, but really the climbing for the to head to the top of the Epic KOM starts really
Und
at
die
the bottom
fahren
of this jungle loop. We are seeing
aktuell
so the Zwift Academy Dream Team again.
ja, zwischen 5 und 6 Watt pro Kilogramm im Schnitt. Und der Berg kommt erst noch. Brutal. Und ich habe noch eine halbe Stunde. Yippie!
So far, been following all the moves so far and not letting anything go anywhere on this day. And it looks like they're still set up very well with Ian Bibby, as you do see Madison Genesis there. Lavik, they're also in there from Madison Genesis. It looks like still able to hold on to the wheels. Madison Genesis positioned themselves well to keep that lead in the overall series standings. So, looking now at the back of the pack.
Miriam, danke für deinen Ride-On.
Suffering a little bit toward the back here. Christensen's there as well. It looks like coming out of New Zealand. Trolkery here for Team Dimension for Quebec here. 181 beats per minute right now. These riders are absolutely suffering just to hang on the downhills now, it looks like. But Connor Dune here.
So, und ich parallel fahre gerade durch das Italian Village im Hintergrund.
The Irish national champion most likely is going to have an effort for the climb. It would be interesting with how incredibly strong this rider is, you know, where can he make it over the top? Because if he makes it over the top, that's a rider you're going to want in any kind of a chase or into a lead group to TT away. So let's go ahead and over to race analyst Greg Leo to talk about those initial slopes.
Knapp 20 Kilometer unterwegs und haben schon 16 Kilometer. Das ist natürlich wieder massiv.
Yeah, that attack by Ollie, I mean, some serious power.
Und die haben auch schon 155 Höhenmeter.
He averaged about almost 6 watts per kilogram for the first 15 minutes of that race, and certainly during that attack, much higher than that. But meanwhile, looking at his teammate Alex's Westpac, put in almost one of the lowest sort of watts per kilogram average in this entire front group. So he's been sitting in and resting.
Ah, das ist vielleicht eine Strategie von denen. 2 Leute, der eine macht Tempo, der andere fährt den bis zum Berg vielleicht und dann kommt es zur Attacke.
Yeah, definitely. It looks like we're having a couple of little, sorry about the little bit of internet connections there over to Greg, but there was a great analysis there coming from him about what took place with the Zwift Academy Dream Team. They've really been the animators so far to break this group apart. We've got 19 racers that have made.
Also die Strecke, die fahren, ist echt richtig schön. Da hinten hoch, dieses Epicom Reverse, seht ihr gleich, echt eine coole Strecke.
Left because of those initial attacks on those slopes coming from the Zwift Academy Dream Team. We saw the counter attack. It looked like they're from maybe not a counter against the Zwift Academy Dream Team, but a counter against the pack, this main group that we're looking at here from Pat Christopher there. So interesting to see how these riders are responding to the Dream Team's attacks here. Now, Alex West, as Greg was saying there, has some of the lowest numbers that have been put out so far.
Genau, dieser Alex West hat 4,8 Watt pro Kilogramm. Die anderen haben eigentlich alle 5. Ja, der eine hat 4,5 nur sogar. Casey Schum.
Also having the climbing legs, he's most likely the hopeful to take on the pure power there of the pros out there today. Involved still in the main pack. Let's go ahead and give a little shout out to all the teams that have made it to the front. Obviously, we've been talking about the Zwift Academy Dream Team. They do have, it looks to be 3 riders with Ollie Jones, Pat Christopher, and then Alex West in the front end of this race still. In the Zwift All-Stars, we've got Lionel Vjosen has made it into the front group. Casey Schum has made the climbs. That's an amazing result here for Casey Schum. Amazing job from him. We also are seeing Justin Pierre-Facati,
so zur Streckenführung, also ab 20 bei denen, 2 Kilometern, oder ab jetzt schon leicht geht es dann hoch. Aber erstmal so eine Vorwelle und dann geht's 300 Meter am Stück. Schnitt so 6 bis 8, würde ich sagen, hoch.
Group here. Madison Genesis with, it looks to be 1, 2, 3 riders that have made this front group. Jonathan McEvoy, it looks like George Pym, as well as Joe Laverick here, it looks like as well, and Ian Bibby. So Ian Bibby is in there as well. So 4 riders, all of them right now at this point have made this front group actually. So 4 riders from Madison Genesis, currently the leaders in the team standings right now, still showing that they're showing up to dominate this series and have put in the effort in. We are starting the climb to the top of, now this isn't the climb proper, the actual climb onto the route that is the Epic KOM in reverse is going to start when they leave the banner. But from here on out, it's pretty much uphill as we head out of
Genau,
the
das
jungle
ist das, was
loop.
ich
Go
eben
to the
gesagt habe.
lowest point out on Watopia. As you descend into the jungle loop, we're past the halfway point on the jungle loop, and you start climbing out. It is the climb out a little bit more gradual than we're going to see on the Epic KOM on the reverse, but it is most definitely going to be starting the initial grind to the top of that. But I have a feeling they're going to hold off for the serious punches that we'll be seeing on the slopes of the proper climb route of the Epic KOM in reverse. Connor Doan here, as we do see 163 beats per minute on screen, 23.6
Ja, wie viel sind das? 1, 2, 3, vielleicht 15 bis 20 Fahrer. Ich schau mal hier. Oh, also es sind 19 Fahrer in der Führungsgruppe mit 1 Minute Vorsprung. Das ist schon viel.
For him, we'll be a little bit isolated. We'll see if Jesse can make things happen here for that team because they have not had a whole lot of results out there as of yet. But if the power is there, perhaps they may be able to put the All-Stars on the back foot.
Was haben die noch? 23? Ah, könnte ich parallel mit denen ins Ziel kommen und der andere pusht schon wieder.
Throw riders off the front, animate the race as much as possible. But that's what's absolutely awesome, actually, about the Zwift Academy Dream Team. These riders are always the most aggressive, not only in the KISS Super League, but also we've seen them in the community races. They're always on the attack.
Da machen sie uns immer kaputt.
The race, and they are showing up today to show that that's what they are all about. And this little 3% gradient you see in the upper right-hand corner, Jones is taking advantage of that as he kicks into 6 to 7 watts per kilogram to make the work happen. And this is a great spot to do it because the reality is from here on out, it's pretty much a false flat or an all-out punchy climb up the reverse KOM. So at this point, nobody that
Ein all-out punchy
climb
climb.
At this point isn't going to get
Das
any
macht ja
moments
richtig
of real
Lust.
reprieve. It's essentially going to be threshold or more unless the whole pack comes into almost an agreement to back off the pedals, and they're not going to want to do that. They're going to want to try and make people snap off the back of this pack as much as they possibly can. Anybody who's at a threshold already at this point with an attack like this and having to close it down,
ja, die pushen
is
alle.
very slowly fade, and that slow fade away from the meters that open up from the wheels that are in front of you just becomes almost impossible to close down. If you get over the top of threshold, go into that nuclear blow up in the legs, and you just can't close it down. We'll see if we start seeing anybody starting to fall off from these attacks. We did see Pat Christopher from the
Immer
Academy Dream Team, a little bit on the
450
back
bis
foot now.
550
Ollie
Watt.
Jones making his way to the back as well, maybe
Das sind die
suffering a
hinten
little
drin.
bit from that attack
Aber
here.
dennoch schon
Did
Puls
it
von
do any of the damage that we're
186.
looking for it to do? We are seeing Jokery here, Team Dimension for Quebec, a 185 beats per minute. It's about 5 beats higher than we saw him earlier.
Und ich bin gleich bei meiner
like
Vulcano-Flat-Runde zweimal durch. Einmal haben wir noch.
Does he have the effort here to make it over the top of the
Bisschen mehr als einmal.
because that's what they're looking forward to at this point. Sitting in 15th place right now. Team Tupecha for Quebec now. This is the only rider as well for Dimension Data actually that has been able to make it here. Ellen now, you know, being the only rider in here, it's going to be him and Oliver's Real Food Racing as well. It looks like Canyon DHB as well, only with one rider with Ryan Christensen. Has made this front group. Also a Kiwi coming out of New Zealand. Interesting to see all the riders actually. Christensen there, West as well as Ollie Jones. All riders that have ridden together in real life, a part of this group here now, racing out on Zwift amongst the pros in the KISS Super League. One of the things that we've talked about, the community coming together, the reality of all of the racing that's happening out in the community of Zwift that has brought together this identification of riders and giving opportunities to riders to be able to race in this kind of tier of racing, this pro tier of racing. What an amazing story for each one of those riders, as well as all the pros that are out here jumping onto this KISS Super League. Round number 6. We're about halfway through the race. And
oh, ich muss ein bisschen langsamer machen.
Is on its
Bin
way
zu weit
here.
vorne.
Looking at Chokri again here from Dimension for Quebec here. The heart rate has come down about 10 beats. Obviously, as they're heading into this false flat, it's calmed down a little bit as they look to rest up. Most of the racers now at this point, most of the teams have not seemed extremely interested
Also nochmal ein Tipp,
in attacking too
wenn ihr
much
das nächste Mal auf
outside
Zwift
of
fahrt,
the Academy Dream Team in the green
sucht
kit.
euch einen
So
Group Ride
it
raus,
looks
der so
like
passt
everybody
ungefähr.
else has kinda just been
Seht, da
waiting
kann man parallel schön
for
Fernsehen schauen.
the climb out there
Bisschen
to
schnacken.
days. So
Und
looks
man
like,
rollt dahin.
we do have toward the front
Ist ein
here,
bisschen
it's
irgendwie
going to
besser
be,
als
Team Dimension Quebec is still
da
taking
alleine
over.
rumzugurgeln.
And, as we head into the final climb here, though, let's go ahead and chat a little bit about what, I think Greg's going to have some ideas about what might be taking
dass
place
man noch
within the
reintritt.
19 riders. Who are the
Wenn wir mal
favorites
schauen,
at
ob
this
die
point, Greg?
Lücke
And what do you think we can
geschlossen
expect from
ist.
the riders that we have here now?
Wir können nichts hören.
Yeah,
jetzt,
Nathan, with the
Mikrofon.
19 riders in this group, almost. Nathan, back to you.
All right, so it looks like we just had
Verbindung.
a little bit of technical difficulty on the audio there for just a moment, guys. Sorry about that, but it looks like we do have, as they head into, we'll get back to Greg in just a
kennt das
moment
nicht.
with some more analysis for what is taking place on the climbs here as we do head into them. But it does look like Mochram here with a little bit of an attack here. This is interesting to see, actually up into 6.6 watts per kilogram coming from him onto this false flat 3% gradient section now. And this is before we really get into the kicks here, but if he is able to get a gap here, it may be an opportunity for this rider to take advantage of this gap.
Da geht's ja jetzt schon los.
As much as he possibly
Also,
can.
was habe ich gesagt?
Perhaps this is the
Ja, ab
plan all along
etwa
from Mikey
24.
Mochram, from Vitus Pro Cycling, actually. He's got a solid climb, it looks like here. You can average about 5.8
Also,
watts per kilogram for 20 minutes, it looks like. That's a serious
müsste
effort.
jetzt immer
It doesn't
leicht
look like there's
runtergehen
too
bei
many riders
denen.
amongst the group, actually,
Ja,
that can
genau hier,
average
die Welle.
in that area
Und dann
for a
kommt's
climb
hart auf
like
hart.
this might be one of the dark horses or one of the
Und an
wild
meinem
cards
Chat ist
out
noch
here
jemand da.
that we were not expecting.
Hallo,
Vitus
noch
Pro
jemand da?
Cycling in the current team standings, not very high, but this could really bump their placings up by quite a bit if he can try and get away. And it's going to be all, if you do get away, the earlier the better almost, if you've got the kind of FTP that this rider seems to have, as we have seen as high as 5.8 watts per kilogram from this rider for a duration of 20 minutes, and that's in the last 90 days. So been putting some serious efforts out there.
Das habe ich nicht aufgepasst, wie die Zahl war.
The riders maybe bringing him back in here, but it has loosened things up a little bit there, softened the legs. Obviously,
Ja, ich kann ja mal schauen.
there with Chalkery here.
Mikey
Interesting to see
Mochram,
maybe Chalkery on the
wie
front
der
so
heißt.
often, though, and closing things down, being a rider who is not does not have any other teammates, actually. So as the catch is happening here,
5,54 Watt pro Kilo. 404 Watt FTP. Die letzten 90 Tage. Hui.
Really showing up. Is he going to be able to have something left for the climb, though, as he closes things down here? Connor Dunn making his way to the front now here for
Sind noch ein paar da. Die schauen hier Super League. Gemeinsam statt einsam. Sehr schön. Oh, jetzt geht's los. 600 Watt, 620. Und der Michael Möckel schneit auch rein. Hi, hi. Michael, wie sieht's aus? Willst du morgen mit uns das Rennen fahren? Ach so, nee, bei den normalen Trainings habe ich keine Hetzfrequenz an. Den habe ich immer nur bei den Rennen. Oder ist irgendeine wichtige Einheit. Aber das ist ja heute nur Rumgegurke. Beine öffnen.
Now we do see the Zwift All-Stars now on the back foot a little bit here with Pierre Ficati. Now,
Jetzt nochmal ins Live.
trying to hang on, and we said this would be the threat, and this is a very large group at this point of professional riders up at the front. I'm not
jetzt
sure
geht's los.
that this is actually going to favor the
188
All-Stars
Puls
and their
schon.
tactics at all
Beim
today.
Kollege
As
hier
you can
600
see,
Watt.
the real numbers from the pros are now starting to come forward into the 7.6
rot.
watts per kilogram. Ollie Jones, 7.1 now, and Alex West following it up very closely. This has been the plan all along. Loosen up the legs, send Ollie and Alex off the front. Vyazin here now from the All-Stars, though. He is going to be their hope because he does have a
Gegen
solid
Mittag
high
erstmal eine Runde
5.6
draußen fahren. Aha.
to 5.8 watt per kilogram, 20 minute. Will Lionel coming out of Belgium, for the
Maintenance.
All-Stars, be able to close this down and stay
Muss auch
with
erst
the
mal
front
hier
end
wieder
with the
restaurieren.
Zwift Academy Dream Team. But the pros are following up with Ian Bibby there. We are seeing Christensen there as well. George Pym from Madison Genesis Feet be there
Oh, jetzt
also
hauen sie sich
making
in die
his
Fresse.
way to the front.
Ei, ei,
Is he
ei.
gonna be able to hang on is the question here. Ali Slater for
Und
Vince
danach
Pro
geht's ja nur noch
Cycling. Mikey
bergab.
Mochram also able to hang on, it
Ja,
looks
wer
like
da
there.
oben
But
ist,
Madison Genesis making the
hat
left-hand side.
Siegchancen.
Now 3 Madison Genesis riders now making their way to the front as they hit the 10% gradient here now. Laverick there from Madison Genesis now 8.7 watts per kilogram taking over the front end now of this group as we hit the 10% gradients now. Ollie Jones follows it closely here. Team from team dimension for Quebec here. Now on the back foot a little bit here.
Ja, ich habe die auch drauf auf dem Rad hier. Sind aber noch nagelneu, die 5000er. Bin ich noch nicht draußen gefahren.
Trying to hold on to Ollie Jones' wheel, and it does matter on this climb to hold on to the wheels. It doesn't matter quite as much on the steeper gradients.
Ach so, du hast deine Räder gerichtet. Ich dachte, dich selbst wiederhergestellt.
Through those sections, so it looks like Lionel's
Inspektion.
trying to close it down. Bibby here following it up, knowing that this is going to be a throughout. I think it looks like Madison Genesis here setting up well with Ian Bibby now. Laverick there also from Madison Genesis making his way to the front. It looks like it's going to be Christensen here now making his way to the front from Canyon now, trying to hold on to the wheels there as well. But Ollie continues on this incessant pace, non-stop on the front, 6 to 7 watts per kilogram, just trying to break each and every one of the riders behind. How long can you hold on to 6 watts per kilogram is going to be the question here. Alex West is following it up there, just behind by about 1 second or so. There's the gap with Ollie Jones now. Starting to open up here. Now it looks to be shifting up a little bit. This section of the course, the riders who are on smart trainers, if you know what you're doing in Zwift, you have to shift up a little bit and bring those gears up in order to keep the speed going. It looks like Ollie knows exactly what he's doing as he kept that speed through there. 40 kilometers, 38 kilometers per hour, 33
Wo meinst du, wo geht was ab? Bei Super League. Kommen in die Endphase, einen Anstieg heute. Sind zwar noch 17 Kilometer, aber die letzten 10 Kilometer oder 12 geht's nur bergab.
For those pros, and they've kind of just been biding their time, it looks like, with double draft on, most likely just waiting for this to be caught, and I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a counter attack.
Können wir mal nach der zweiten Gruppe schauen?
Now the question though is, will there be a counter attack or will it be just a race of
1,26 schon, also die werden wir im Rennausgang nichts mehr zu tun haben.
The final moments over the top, as you usually see with the top riders in most big climbing situations. Riders just kind of wait for those to just burn themselves out, and then when it comes to the final few hundred meters, it's all out to the line, open up the gap, make those riders' legs go nuclear, make them completely blow up, and then at that point it's going to be all about holding on to the gap. We'll have to see if that does play out as Jones continues to be dominant on the front end of this race right now for that Zwift Academy Dream.
Ja, die haben jetzt alle deutlich über 5 Watt pro Kilogramm im Schnitt über die ersten 35 Minuten.
There from Wiggins, though, still involved. We are seeing, it looks like Canyon there still involved as well. Now Feetenby is there, it looks like, so nobody falling off too far. But those who have fallen off from this main pack as they round out this next turn, it looks like it is going to be
dürfte jetzt die Top 10 da vorne sein.
Jensen off the back. Justin Pifragati, it looks like about 21 seconds. Connor Dunn, amazing results
ja, 10
there.
Oder 11 Fahrer.
Amazing efforts there so far from Connor Dunn on the day, but with the 90 kilograms, it looks like maybe a little bit too much over the top here with about a 20-second gap hanging out with Casey Shum and a few of the others.
Ich bin nicht auf der Platte. Das ist hier der Neo, der hat hier Spiel, was ja normal ist.
This is the sections of the course where the screws are starting to turn, and it's becoming very difficult as we see that arrow power being blown by one of the masters. So halfway through, the race of attrition is starting, and the attacks are starting to take control. Greg, what do you think is going to happen here? A lot of attacks here coming from the Academy, the Dream Team, but can they keep this up?
Yeah, I mean, this is incredible, Nathan. It's awesome to see Ollie Jones just going over and over here. He's really doing a number on this group for his teammate Alex West. All the favorites are still in here, though. With the exception of one, I think Suvan Yages has fallen off the back a little bit. But one person who's snuck in here from the same team is Ben Healy, someone we didn't expect at all to be on the front, or someone who you know, his name.
Geht's da jetzt schon runter? Nee, es geht nur mal kurz, dann nochmal so eine Welle. Und ab 30 geht's bis ins Ziel. Das ist die Welle.
Looking at Ben Healy, I think interesting
da
to
kommt
see
jetzt auch gleich das Banner.
We haven't seen a whole lot in the KISS Super League so far with the you know, Ben Healy from Team Wiggins Lacole here.
Schöne Strecke.
He does have a
Der Fahrer an sich fast noch schöner. Und ich fahre gerade durch Italian Village.
Because we're seeing 5.9 from a few of these others for their bests out here. It'd be really cool actually to see a few of the other teams show up on the day, show the raw power they
have,
and take down, you know, a few more points for the overall series standings. Anybody else out there that maybe a little bit of a wild card? Obviously we talked about
die Attackernummer
Madison Genesis a lot.
600 Watt.
What are you thinking of the Oliver Racing and Canyon DHB riders that have made this? Ryan Christensen as well as Jesse.
Da sind sie oben.
Well, we know Ryan Christensen from just racing on Zwift. Pretty prolifically.
Ja, Ann-Kathrin, das ist halt Entlastungswoche. Aber du kannst ja morgen nach dem Schwimmen uns wenigstens oral unterstützen.
He could be kind of a dark horse. Mike Remotram was kind of a surprise to be in this group, although at this point I think he's fallen off. So
sind heute einige
it's really interesting to
am
see
Entlasten.
different riders making it in the front group, different teams getting themselves, on the coverage here.
Aber der Johannes fährt mit, der Manuel fährt
I
mit.
think the finish could be interesting, but
fährt noch mit.
at this point the academy is
Zwei weitere.
really putting the moves on the group here.
Der Michael, genau.
Yeah, definitely, and we are seeing this attack now taking
Ja,
place.
nächste Woche
Bibby
wieder,
as well
Ann-Kathrin.
as Laverick from
Ist wieder
Messengers.
voll.
Well, the Academy initiated it
Ich
with
hab dir
Ali
ein
Jones,
Bild,
but I think they sense a little bit of blood in the
gemacht
water
auf
there.
Instagram.
Knowing that the Zwift Academy
Kannst du mal
Dream
schauen
Team
auf meinem
have
Profil.
put so much effort out.
Ein
I
neues
think they've
Dinosaurier-Ei,
taken their opportune moment.
welches dann
Halfway
gleich
through,
in der
they know
Pfanne
the
gelandet
attrition's
ist,
been in,
im nächsten Bild.
they've seen a lot of riders fall off, and I think they see this as the moment.
Und ich habe nur noch
to make the
11
attack.
Minuten.
Exactly who we had talked about in the pre-race build-up. Madison Genesis and the
Ja, die
Zwift
auch.
Academy Dream Team
Also,
on the front.
der Österreicher,
here
der
with
Dominik
real
würde
power
sagen,
that can
es
really
geht
make
sich
something
wieder
happen. We
aus.
said the gaps would be 60 to 90 minutes. You can see now those gaps are starting to open up. Chalky from Team Dimension Data for Quebec here, he was such an aggressor there to keep things together and close
Schätze
down
mal
those
die Brauen
gaps. Maybe
so.
suffering a little bit. Now we do see him putting down 62.2
Fahren
watts
5
per kilogram
Minuten,
to close down that 8-second gap.
3,54 Minuten.
Is a monstrous gap to close down on a 10% gradient. On a flat section, of course, that's 30 seconds to a
Ja,
minute.
diese
So we'll see
Eier,
what that can
Ann-Kathrin,
bring
die
back.
kommen
We are seeing it
von
looks
den
like
Neuen.
Madison Genesis have been
Von
able
wie
to
eine
put
Wette, wie
three
heißt
riders
wie eine Wende
into this front group
und
here.
Henriette.
The one rider, though, from a team that
Ai,
we did
wie
not
eine Wette,
predict
Wende.
is Ryan
Wiete,
Christensen.
Wende,
from
Wiete,
Canadian
Wende,
DHB,
so heißt sie,
presented
Wiete,
by
Wende.
Warholms here. So,
Wende, Wiete.
will that rider be able
Wiete,
to make
Wende.
an upset here for
Wegen
the
die
Zwift Academy
Dinosaurier-Eier.
Dream Team in Madison Genesis? Ian Bibby here, as you
Da
can
kann man
see,
die externen
179
Eier,
this minute,
die
14.4
Kuckuckseier,
kilometers in, and
ganz
8%
leicht
grade
entdecken.
they're currently experiencing. They do have a little bit of a right hand. They do have a little bit of a left into a right hand turn.
So,
They'll be
jetzt sind es
seeing
noch
the
1, 2, 3,
KLM
4,
banner
5, 6
in a moment here. It's a
Fahrer.
22-second gap.
Ja, ja.
But the reality is, it is a battlefield of mayhem behind him here. I mean, the pack is absolutely demolished here.
Demolished,
Yawson here
yes.
with Healy, George Pym behind, Feetenby behind, Mochen behind, but the gaps between them are significant as well. If they want to bring this back, they're going to have to get organized. And Ollie Jones, Laverick, McEvoy here, as well as Bibby and Christensen, Alex West, they are going to be so incredibly
Ja,
motivated
die brauchst
to
nicht
keep
färben.
their teams on the top spots
Aber
of
die
the
sind
team
ja
standings and take down as many points as they
der
possibly
Schwiegermama
can.
und meiner
They're not
Mama.
only going to be thinking about the
Und
riders
jetzt sind
behind,
sie
but
oben.
it's going to be all out battle between them.
Jetzt
to win
geht's
it here between them. I wouldn't be
leichtwellig
surprised if we see attack
und
after
ab
attack
30 nur
from
noch
the two team, the
back
dream
up.
teams, as well as Madison Genesis with the three riders in there. They're going to have a lot of matches to burn, I think.
Jetzt müssen
as
sie
they come into
zusammenfahren
the
und
final
dann unter
stretches
sich
here. There's not
ausmachen.
a lot of racing to go because the reality is they're going to be flying down
Und ich
this
fahre noch 8
downhill.
Minuten.
80 kilometers per hour. I wouldn't be surprised to see on the downhill here, which is going to take down this descent very quickly. And then it's nothing but Ocean Boulevard up ahead of them into a full-on sprint. So with not a whole lot of racing left, it's going to be up to these chasers to get organized very quickly here. Now we just see
da ist
Christensen
das
falling
Banner.
off a little bit here. This is going to be a serious gap. He has to not let go. If he lets this go right now, with the kind of speeds that they're going to be throwing down here, Laverick now 8.2 watts per kilogram. They sense that these riders are unable to hang on, that they want reprieve
Ja,
after
die
a
wollen
climb.
sie
And if
separieren.
anybody's climbed, anybody who knows climbing in real life and what it's like, as soon as the pressure is off the pedals, as soon as the force is off the pedals, you want to kind of rest up. You know that, oh, that's done. You know there's no force against your pedals any longer, so you kind of start the light spin and look for that reprieve. Look for a
Ja, die geben schon
little bit
Gas.
of those heart rates to come down, looking for just a little bit of release. But no, it looks like it's going to be shut down, though, pretty quickly here by Ryan Christensen. They were looking to maybe take advantage of the riders looking for a rest, but it wasn't going to happen here. The continuance
jetzt
over the top
3
wasn't going
Watt.
to take the speeds away, so they
4
were
Watt
able to
pro
grab the
Kilo.
wheels. As soon as the wheel was grabbed, the riders shut it down. They know it's said and done trying to make that breakaway. So as they do wrap around here,
Dann nochmal
there's
die
a couple
Welle,
of
oder?
little punchers here.
7%,
Wonder
ja.
if they're going to try and take advantage of them. If
Letzte
any
Welle.
rider is really hurting at this point and just doesn't have
700
anything left in
Watt.
the tank, if they
Da
do
wird
sprint
nochmal
over the top
gedrückt.
of these, it could break things apart pretty quickly. Any gaps at this point are
Wenn ich diesen Aero-Helm für morgen speichern könnte, würde ich es machen. Kann ich aber leider nicht konservieren.
Have put out a crazy 5.6, 5.3. I mean, we're talking well into their 20-minute best, most likely, for some of these riders. Alex West does seem to be the instigator again here on the front. We did see Ollie Jones, the main instigator.
Flackert schon so wie so ein Ghost.
I think West had been sitting in for the most of the race so far and was waiting for these moments here. So it is a 1 second gap back to Madison Genesis. Will West be able to TT away here? This is a risky move, actually.
TT away.
Sitting on the back here.
Madison
Genesis looks like with 3 riders, perhaps it's just trying to drop off Christensen at this point. Ollie Jones sitting in. This looks to be a little bit of cat and mouse, actually, from the Zwift Academy Dream Team. West,
noch ein
a little bit of
Aero.
a gap, forcing Madison Genesis to close it down. Ollie Jones sitting on the wheels there of Madison Genesis. I would not be surprised as soon as it goes down. As long as Ollie holds onto the wheel, that is a risky thing right there as we see Ollie falling off. Madison Genesis maybe going to start to take a little bit of advantage of this. Ryan Christensen just getting a free ride on Ollie's wheel. But no, here we go. Laverick, Bibby, McEvoy, all 3 of them almost man the attack. No, it's going to be Laverick though.
Oh, jetzt.
7.4 now.
Und die Strecke, schaut's euch an.
Now they take over
Richtig schön.
group and try to make the attacks happen. 107 back to be Healy for Wiggins now.
Von
He's in no man's land. 4.2 watts per
nicht von Meine.
Just waiting for Chalkery there.
Ich beende gleich die 3. Runde hier mit denen. Alleine mit den Wattzahlen. Ist knapp geworden mit 3 Runden in 60 Minuten.
Of this series, at least for second and third place, if things stay the same at this point.
Und der Team schreibt schon, letzte Woche in dem Ride waren es mehr als die doppelte Anzahl.
They're not even at this point involved in the top 10.
Wetter,
Lionel, the only one, just
viele schauen sich das Rennen hier an.
So
und so weiter und so fort.
There's a chase group now trying to chase down Lionel Vyazin there, who's the only hope for the All-Stars at this point to stay within even a top 15 situation. George Pym, Jesse Featonby, Mikey Moultrie, Pat Christopher, Ali Slater, Jacques Supernaye, all from the pro teams. They're going to have a lot of motivation to take down the All-Stars.
Ja, die brauchen dann nicht mehr so lange, wenn die jetzt im freien Fall da runterfliegen.
And so these riders, just because they're not going to take the W out there today with the riders that we have on screen with the main front of the race, there's still a lot of motivation to take down as many points to jump in the leading of this series, because the All-Stars sitting in second place with not a whole lot of riders in that top 10 situation. They're going to be losing a lot of points to the rest of these pro teams.
Ja.
It's a huge opportunity for the pro teams out here today now. All right, but Madison Genesis, obviously the domination of this series so far into race number 6, leading by almost 100 points.
So, wer gewinnt?
And they've showed up,
Kennt ihr euch aus?
Week in and week out now, showing that they are all about the Zwift racing and know how to win a race out on Zwift. They've won on the shorter climb of the Volcano After Party. They've won on the flatter courses. I mean, they've been involved in all of the sprints so far, and they're showing that they've showed up to win on today. Now we're heading through some of the snowier sections out on course as we head through the downhills now. Some of the awesome scenery that we get on the Epic. Actually, the Epic KOM as well as the Jungle Loop. If anybody out there, the guys and gals out there watching the program right now have not checked out these sections of the course, head on over to Watchopia, select
das was ich gesagt habe.
Big loop, and
das muss
check
man mal
out the
selbst fahren,
scenery
das
out
ist
here,
wirklich
because
schön.
it's some of the best that Zwift has created for sure as you head through some of these environments here. Now, as we head into this downhill section and as the riders get a little bit of reprieve, let's chat with Greg Leal about what they might be thinking at this point and how the setup might go with the team dynamic is here with Madison Genesis and the Dream Team, the one rider Christensen, as well as the chase
Also
what the chasers are thinking.
Die 6 Fahrer zusammen.
Points. A lot to talk about here as we head into the final kilometers.
Yeah. You know, yeah, definitely the big story here is the Dream Team versus Madison Genesis. But what I think is really interesting is Ryan Christensen, just as a lone rider between these two, I think he really is in a good position because they're going to kind of be thinking mostly about each other. He can just sit in when one of the teams attacks. He knows the other team is going to need to respond to it. And I think that's going to allow him to just kind of sit in here, take his time, rest up a little
Ui,
bit.
genau. Das ist Vorwort, da fällt mir da durch. Das sind wir, ich meine, letzten Montag gefahren zusammen. Der Christian, der Marco, nicht.
Yeah, Christensen, that's interesting.
Da haben wir den Sender ausgelassen, weil ich vorhin noch gesungen habe. Return to sender. No sender. Return to sender.
Oh, don't. Play almost, as we've seen, Sagan win some races in real life there. Set
2 Minuten und wir kommen über 40 Kilometer.
the timing. He's going to have to time it well. He's going to need a power-up, most likely, in the final. We'll see how many power-ups are involved here in the finish.
Ah, ich kann ja mal hier
Talk a little bit
schauen.
to the situation the All-Stars find them in here, Greg.
Also die Gruppe hier. Oh,
Yeah, I mean, you know, we
1,46 hinten dran.
That
Ai,
this
ai,
was
ai.
going to be much more about raw power. It was going to wipe away a little bit of that extra experience.
Und bei
that,
mir?
you know, the All-Stars have been able to leverage in other courses. You know, so we still have Lionel Vusen here sitting in top 10 kind of position, but, you know, they're definitely going to be dropping major points in the
Mal gucken,
overall
ob das so
standings.
passt mit dem
So, you know,
Workout.
kind of interesting
War ja
to
mit
see these
2,5
bigger climbs coming into
Watt
the-
ausgeschrieben bis
the
3 Watt.
Super League. I don't know if we'll be seeing any more of these,
Ja.
but you know, if
Kann das
it
sein?
does, you know, if this is the only
Ich habe
big climb we
2,3
see,
nur.
maybe the All-Stars will be able to make up some of the
Huh.
when we get back to the more crit style courses or the courses
Gut
where they can
gechillt.
leverage their experience a bit more again.
Yeah, that's definitely been the narrative
Gar nicht
so far
Wie, was
for
gar nicht
the day, and it's definitely playing
Deutsch
out the way that
bitte.
we thought it would. The Zwift Academy Dream Team, Madison Genesis showing the pure power that they have out here today. You know, coming into the
Ah, nee,
finals
das stimmt
here,
nicht.
the last couple of
Das
sections, the last
aktualisiert
section of
nicht.
the course here,
Sehen wir
let's
gleich.
talk to that.
Wie viel ich
How
habe,
does
das
the
war am
sprint
Anfang.
usually play out in a
Nach
race?
2,7
When you come
Kilometer.
into Ocean Boulevard, you've got that 3% gradient or so.
Ach so, der Marco, was
What's the
fährst denn du?
timing?
Morgen
what
ist
might
Race
these
Day.
teams do that
Du
have a
fährst
couple
ja
of riders to
3,2
play with,
for 7
you know,
wahrscheinlich.
to throw off the front, or you know, it's an interesting sprint because it has a drag race nature to it a lot of
So,
times.
und die
Speak
anderen
to the sprint
6,2
leg that's
Kilometer.
coming up.
Das schaue ich mir bis zum Ende an mit euch.
Yeah, I mean, I don't quite know.
Workout
what to
für
expect
mich ist
from
gleich
these
vorbei.
teams. What we have here is
Roll ich
there's
da
about
noch
a
ein bisschen rum?
3-kilometer flat run into this sprint. So a lot of time for teams to try something here. Madison Genesis has 3 cards to play. The Dream Team has 2, and of course there's Ryan Christensen as well. I wouldn't be surprised if we see
So,
Corey
haha.
Jones go for something like a 1 kilometer
Ich bin schon mal
attack, or maybe
durch.
Laverick as well.
Didi.
What that'll do is it'll force the other team. in the
Achtung,
case
mal
of,
kurz.
let's say, Ollie Jones,
202
does
Watt.
this, It's going to force Madison
Passt.
Genesis to chase and burn
Passt,
some of
passt,
their
passt.
matches, and then they won't be able to play their cards as well. So I do
Stay.
expect that we'll see a little bit of team
Ja, stay
dynamic
here.
coming into these
Das
final
löst sich jetzt hier so
players.
auf, wahrscheinlich, und wir schauen uns das Ganze.
Yeah, with the
mach das
Ocean
jetzt
Boulevard
größer.
out there on the
Achtung.
on that flatter section,
Mach
like
ich
you
mal ein
said,
bisschen
there's a few K of a
größer
flat
jetzt.
section, and then we do head into that 3% gradient.
Seht ihr
I think
gleich?
we might see these teams that do have some extra riders in here. You know, Ollie Jones, I would expect
gleich,
most
gleich.
likely being the aggressor so far, and maybe not quite the sprinters. Alex West, maybe to make a 1K to go attack over that 3% gradient, drag race it out, get followed up by Madison Genesis there. And Ryan, you're right. I mean, because of the nature of this of the final K there, so might get a free ride with that drag race. He'll have to follow the riders that they are setting up for the pure sprint. It'll be interesting to see from Madison Genesis here who they're going to try and set up for the all-out sprint. Ian Bibby, Johnny McEvoy,
So
Joe
passt es
Laverick.
doch.
You were saying Laverick maybe going from a little ways out. Between the
4,7
riders, though,
Kilometer.
Alex West, 15.8 watts per kilogram. We've seen from him 15.3 from Ian Bibby. Aero power-ups, it's going to be all about those. And it looks like as far as the strongest riders, though, that are in the sprint for a pure sprint, it is going to be Alex West and Ian Bibby are the pure sprinters, it looks like here. For the
Ja,
1
Bibby
minute
oder
power
West hätte ich
between
jetzt
the
auch
riders,
gesagt.
though, they're all fairly even, but Ollie Jones, we're talking about him at about 10
Oder wer
or
halt
so.
das
Ollie
beste
Jones does have
Power-Up
a
hat.
solid 1 minute, that's for sure. And he could be able to hold on to that 1K to go. If they do not chase it too hard, and they do, you know, there's that reality of, do I go, do I chase this down? Madison Genesis does obviously have an advantage if they've set up one rider.
Und 3
to
von
be the
einem,
chaser. If they've given
einem
the
Team, das ist
job
natürlich
to
schon
one rider amongst them. I wouldn't be surprised if
Riesenvorteil.
it's Johnny McEvoy out there from Madison Genesis, who has kind of that
Oder sind
role
es
right
nur-
now to close down anything that might
Doch, 3
try to
gleiche
get away,
Trikots.
so that Laverick or Ian could have a chance at
MGE.
the all-out sprint in the finish here.
Ja.
We are heading into the final section of the descent here as Ollie takes over the front. They're not too concerned for the chase. Healy, what an effort here from Ben Healy for Team Wiggins-LaCole. It looks like he may, no matter what at this point, be
Yeah.
able to hold on to
war.
what looks to be 8th or 9th place, as he brings in, 7th or 8th place, as he's bringing in the chase here with Alamedi Chokra here from Team Dimension Data for Quebec here. So Team Wiggins-LaCole and Dimension for Quebec here still on the chase.
Aha,
here.
da
We do
kommen
have
schon
an
die
attack here,
Zahlen.
it looks like from Laverick here.
Ei, ei, ei,
with
ei.
3 riders from
3
Madison
Kilometer
Genesis
vorher.
in and amongst
Die sind
this
ja auch
group.
verbunden
They're
über
starting to use those matches
Radio
and
Chat.
use the numbers that they have up against Academy Dream Team. Ryan Christensen, as we did say, might be able to get a free ride, but he's got to be able to hold on to the
Jetzt
wheels.
machen sie
That
sich
comes
müde.
flying right on through. Now another
Ei,
counter there
ei.
from Ian. Now it's nothing but games of cat and mouse as Ian comes by at about 9 watts per kilogram. Looks like he was just trying to close it down. Laverick there after initial attack.
Zwei
back on the wheels, but they're
von
trying to
einem
raise the heart
Team,
rates,
3
trying
von
to
einem
loosen
und
up the
ein
legs of the other
Einzelner.
riders. Now the games start as they take the right-hand turn into this final 2.7 kilometers here into Ocean Boulevard. It's starting to get fun here as the riders really start to test the legs between each other. McEvoy on the front there, 6 watts per kilogram for a moment there. Madison Genesis taking over the front. Alex West now backing off.
Knapp 1000 Leute schauen hier zu.
At 1.5,
Also dort,
look at how smart
das
he's
ist
playing
natürlich schon
here.
massiv.
Obviously,
Für
looking
sowas.
to be the sprinter on the day
Randsportart.
amongst the riders here, as they did send Laverick off the
Und es wird
front there
immer
for a
mehr.
moment, loosen up the legs. West now
Oh,
goes,
oh,
8
Attacke.
watts per kilogram. There's the orange numbers. Bibby now counters it though. West up into 14 watts per kilogram.
Geil.
Ian Bibby with the going from
Ei, ei, ei.
way out. I mean, we're talking 2.2K to go. They don't want Christensen maybe involved. Maybe they're worried about Ryan
Oh, der zieht
Christensen.
durch. Hä?
That might be the reality here. Or do they just want to bring it down to a 1-2 heads up? Are they confident in the sprint against each other here?
2
But now we've got
Kilometer.
2 off the front. What's
Ja.
the tactic here? What's the play? Because the reality is 3 is better than 1.
Ja,
in the
3 sind
head-to-head,
besser.
but
Also,
maybe Ian Bibby's
die
just
müssen die ja
confident in
müde
his
fahren
sprint up
irgendwie.
against Alex West.
Einer
Alex
attackiert,
West
wenn der
closes
dann
it
und
down
dann
a bit. Now
attackiert der
Christensen,
Teammate.
knowing that he wants
Das
to
wäre ja
take the
viel
win
besser.
for Canyon DHB presented by Bloorholmes, but Christensen knowing that he's the
Können
only
zu dritt
rider
jeweils
who can
immer
close it
nacheinander
down, because
attackieren. Da
there's not gonna
erholt
be a
sich dann
chase
immer
for
einer.
Madison Genesis. They're not going to be interested if they can make sure
Ah, die sind
that
wahrscheinlich alle am
Christensen
Anschlag.
is not involved in the sprint. It's a better chance for first or second place, obviously, if Christensen's just not involved. How are things playing out here? We got 1.5 kilometers to go, and this is so incredibly
Oh, jetzt
interesting. What do you
die
think,
anderen
Greg,
zwei.
with these attacks happening here? The games are starting to be played.
It's really interesting to see
Oh,
Alex West
einen haben sie schon
and
abgehängt, oder?
Bibby attack, because we
Ja.
thought they were going to be set up for the sprint. It's making me wonder if maybe them have a power-up.
Genau, die kein
Interesting.
Power-Up
That's
haben.
actually a great point
müssten
there. Do they not
normalerweise
have a
dann
power-up, and that's why they're
vorher
making these
attackieren.
attacks here. But now looking through here we go. This is that little gradient, uphill gradient through this section of the course.
sie
that we've been
warten.
talking
Ah,
about.
sind wieder
The
zusammen.
section of the course that is so incredibly important
drei
for the
hoch-
drag
ich glaub,
race
einer
up,
der
because
drei
this is
macht's.
the initial kicks up into
800 Meter.
the, up into the
200 Meter und dann werden die Power-Ups
with those heart rates
gezündet.
being brought up as high as
Der
they
eine lässt sich
possibly
zurückfahren,
can
kann nicht
through
sein.
this section of the course here. Now we're back into
Hä, was ist los?
the
Der muss ranfahren.
final kilometer, as we do see McEvoy here,
Ja,
followed by
fährt ran.
Laverick. Now West here taking
Jetzt
over
kommt
the
die
front end
Attacke.
of
Achtung.
the group.
3,
Christensen now 4.4.
2,
Bibby now following it up here.
1.
All back together.
Attackos.
That initial attack from Bibby, very interesting to see actually, but it's Laverick
Noch
taking over the
nicht.
front now. And Bibby sitting on, now third wheel, fourth wheel there, behind the Madison Genesis riders, still setting up,
Noch
most
nicht.
likely to be the sprinter that they're looking for here. But
Komm,
West now
jetzt
making
rote
his way to
Zahlen
front. It's
hinten.
all about
Hinten im
positioning
Feld,
who
500
goes
Meter.
first. It's also
Jetzt,
about
das
the
ist
power-ups.
die
We head
Zielgerade.
to the last half
Wer
K
jetzt ein
now.
Power-Up
This
hat,
is round
bringt's
number
ins Ziel.
6. Who's going to take the win? Madison Genesis set up to only
wie beim
increase
Bahnrennen.
their lead if they can sweep
Ei, ei,
the
ei,
podium.
400 Meter.
Will they be able to do it?
Jetzt.
Most likely not.
Keiner
as
hat ein
there will
Power-Up,
most
oder was?
likely be a lead out
300
though
Meter.
for the other riders. McEvoy just making it fast.
Was ist
This
jetzt
is
alle
not
Power-Up?
the
Alle.
sprint
Bis
that
auf
you're looking
einen,
for.
der hat
Just
eine
trying to
Feder.
make things fast, but here
Jetzt
we go.
geht's
Laverick
auf.
now, 11
200
watts per
Meter.
kilogram, 13 watts per kilogram. Almost all of them have an aero power, but only Christensen that does not have one. Laverick now on the front, trying to get away, but Jones,
Nee, von hinten, von hinten.
Ollie Jones coming through from the Zwift Academy Dream
Ja.
Team. Alex West comes on through on the right-hand side of the
Hey.
screen, though. It's going to
Ay.
be Ian Bibby trying to make it through, but no, it looks like it was the Dream Team with a 1-2, but we're not positive. We're going to have to wait
Ei, ei, ei,
and see.
sowas
As Ollie
Knappes.
Jones led things out. Did he hold on
Bibby gewinnt.
at the line? But Ian Bibby
Und der
just
West wird Dritter.
barely nails it at the line. Perfectly timed sprint, holding on
Ei,
to
ei,
the
ei.
wheel of Alex West.
Ja, also, könnt ihr euch ja nochmal in der Replay anschauen. Ich bin durch. Wie sieht es jetzt aus? Also, morgen etwa ab 20:45 Uhr hier wieder auf Sendung. Dann geht es für uns genau so los wie da eben gesehen. Da fahren wir die KISS Community League. Da hauen wir uns dann auf die Schnauze. Und Moment mal hier nochmal kurz Bild aus, damit es auch hier anständig beendet wird. Ich drücke auf mein Knöpfchen. Und wenn ihr fahren wollt, schreibt mich einfach an oder meldet euch direkt an bei BM Pro auf Zwiftpower. Braucht einen Brustgurt, das ist wichtig, damit ihr gleichzeitig auch die Daten der Herzfrequenz einfließen lasst, sonst werdet ihr nicht offiziell gewertet. Und wir sehen uns dann bei einer harten Radausfahrt, ja, beim Race in Innsbruck. Bis morgen, 21 Uhr ist Start. Wir sehen uns. Macht's gut und Zitrone? Nee, wollen wir nicht. Wir wollen die Endcard. Bye, bye.